One of football's mysteries is how the continent that gave us footballing legends such as Mohamed Timoumi, Jayjay Okocha, and Samuel Eto'o is yet to produce a single World Cup semi-finalist. The current generation is particularly filled with depth and talent, with players producing magic for their respective clubs and countries. Looking at the African quintet at this year's FIFA World Cup in Qatar, there is surely huge talent. Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria, Tunisia and Cameroon have nothing to envy to the world's most establishing footballing nations. However, would any of these teams break a glass ceiling for the continent's sport and make it to the last four in Qatar come December? Here is a rundown of the 6 most successful African sides in the history of the World Cup.
Algeria.
When reigning European champions, West Germany took on Algeria in their opening match of the 1982 World Cup in Spain, the Germans expected to notch up a routine victory to get their bid for a third title up and running. Instead, the Algerians ran out 2-1 winners, also beating Chile in their final group stage match. Their 3-2 win over the South Americans was followed by one of the most disgraceful chapters in World Cup history, where the Germans and the Austrians played a travesty of a match by walking pace to offer a win for West Germany and see both sides qualify at Algeria's expense. Algeria almost came back to haunt the Germans more than 2 decades later, stretching the champions to be to the limit before succumbing 2-1 after extra time in the second round of the 2014 World Cup.
Morocco.
Qatar 2022 will mark the 6th participation of Morocco to a World Cup. The Atlas Lions were the first African side ever to get out of the group stages at a World Cup. The Moroccans arrived at the 1986 tournament in Mexico as rank outsiders and were drawn in a tough group with England, Poland, and Portugal. Yet after frustrating the Poles and the English in successive draws, Morocco stunned Portugal in magnificent style, scoring memorable goals, running out 3-1 winners and finishing top of the group. They were beaten only by a late Lothar Matthaus free kick in their second round clash with eventual runners-up West Germany. At the 1998 World Cup, Morocco was very close to reaching the second round after thrashing Scotland 3-0, but a surprising loss of Brazil to Norway put an end to Mustafa Hadji and co.'s dreams. 4 years ago, Morocco were one of the most entertaining teams at the 2018 World Cup, but were not able to progress to second round.
Nigeria.
Nigeria did not qualify to 2022 World Cup in Qatar, but in the 1990s Nigeria were a force to be reckoned with. As well as reaching the second round of the World Cup in 1994 and 1998, they were also gold medalists at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, defeating Argentina 3-2 in the final. In the USA in 1994, Nigeria ran Diego Maradona's Argentina close, brushed aside eventual semi-finalists Bulgaria 3-0 and beat Greece 2-0, before giving Italy an almighty scare in the second round. The Azzurri needed extra time to win a hotly contested match 2-1. The Super Eagles also stunned Spain 3-2 in France in 1998, with midfielder Sunday Oliseh hitting a memorable long-range winner. Unfortunately, a disjointed defensive display in the second round against Denmark thwarted their campaign. Since then, Nigeria have made little impact at the World Cup, although they reached the last 16 for the third time in 2014 before succumbing 2-0 to France.
Senegal.
Senegal have appeared in the finals of the FIFA World Cup on only 2 occasions, yet their impact is still memorable to all football fans. Reigning champions France were expected to breeze past Senegal in their opening match of the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Instead, Senegal's Papa Bouba Diop capitalized on some dismal defending by the French defense to score the only goal of the game. That surprising result was the catalyst for the Lions of Teranga, who edged ahead of Uruguay to secure second place in their group, before scoring a golden goal against Sweden in the next round and thus becoming only the second African side ever to reach a World Cup quarterfinal. Sadly, the fairy tale ended there for Aliou Cissé, who were eliminated by Turkey. 20 years later, Aliou Cissé managed to lift the CAN title as a coach for his country and will be coaching Senegal in Qatar after having coached them with less success in 2018 in Russia. This time he is aiming to take one of the best African teams as far as possible in the tournament.
Cameroon.
Cameroon have appeared in the finals of the FIFA World Cup on 8 occasions, the first being in 1982 where they drew all 3 group games and finished in 17th position. 8 years later, after stunning reigning champions Argentina, defeating Romania and edging past a strong Colombia side, Cameroon became the first ever African quarter-finalists at a World Cup. England fans got cold sweats watching how close Cameroon came to dumping the 3 Lions out of the World Cup in 1990. Cameroon took control of the match, showing flair and invention sorely lacking in England's play. They even took a deserved lead when Eugene Ekeke calmly slotted home after a slick passing move. Unfortunately for Cameroon, their defending did not quite match their attacking prowess, and 2 penalties from Gary Lineker took England through by the skin of their teeth. In 2010 and 2014 tournaments, disappointment spiraled through the indomitable Lions, who lost all their group stage games.
Ghana.
The Black Stars made their debut in 2006 and they have played in 3 World Cups tournaments. In 2006, 2010, and 2014. They missed out in 2018 and have now also qualified for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. In 2006, Ghana was the only African country to make it to the round of 16 and was eliminated after the match with Brazil. In 2010, by rights, Africa should already have had 1 World Cup semi-finalist to its name. The Black Stars were cruelly denied their rightful place in the last 4, despite the team star Michael Essien being ruled out of the entire tournament in South Africa. The Black Stars qualified from their group, scraped past the USA after extra time in the last 16, and faced Uruguay in the last 8, with the quarter-final deadlocked at 1-1 and extra time rapidly running out. Ghana had the South Americans under the cosh, as the African side tried desperately to force the ball over the line in a goalmouth scramble. Only Luis Suarez's blatant handball prevented what would have been a certain winner. Striker Asamoah Gyan stepped up to fire Ghana into the semi-final from the penalty spot. Only he fluffed his lines and missed, sparking wild celebrations from Suarez in the tunnel. The Uruguayans celebrated even more wildly when their team won the ensuing penalty shootout. Had Ghana won that match, she would have been the first ever African country to make it to the semi-final stage of the FIFA World Cup competition. In 2014, Ghana was ill-starred and finished at the bottom of the group with a single point. Let's hope for the best for African football in 2022.